Hey guys, thanks again for all the recent support on the channel, and welcome back to another 2022 Thomas Wooden Railway review. Now let's take a look at the brand new release of Percy. As with Thomas, I'm a bit behind on reviewing these new releases, as Percy actually is from Wave 1, which came out a few months back. First up, I want to talk about the new packaging for this year. As mentioned in my recent video, I really like the design and presentation here. The box really brings back that retro feel for me of the wooden railway by presenting us with a picture of clickety-clack track, as well as showing us a classic TWR logo. I mean, who can forget that? Taking a view of other angles of the box, you can see that there's a ton of writing and FSC information and trademarks on every corner of this thing. They even didn't forget to remind us that you need to be 2+ to play with this. One thing that I initially liked was how the box can slide open to reveal the engine. It's a pretty cool feature. However, I did notice that my Percy came with defects on his face, and I'm wondering if in the long run, allowing anyone to slide open the boxes can lead to a few marked up engines and maybe a few upset engineers. All in all, it's an interesting feature though. So here's the 2022 Percy, and I gotta say, he looks great. The most noticeable thing for me right out of the box is again the new facial expressions they have decided to go with on this year's engines. I think it's a cool idea on paper, however, I would have liked to have seen them maybe offer these crazy random expressions on maybe a special release Percy included in maybe a set, instead of the standard release as seen here. The problem is that no matter what situation you're in, Percy's always gonna have that concerned look on his face, so in my opinion, a more neutral face would have been nice as well. I also noticed was that they definitely scaled down Percy's size when compared to other smaller engines such as Thomas as seen here. This is a good thing though, as Percy is known as a small engine. So it's good to see Mattel make these small details, no pun intended, and I feel like in past years, scaling things down to actual size was an issue. Oh, and don't get me started with Thomas Wood. Some other interesting features include the fact that Percy's wheels are a bit different from what we got on Thomas's release. Not sure why the print on the wheels is different, but it's definitely noticeable. Another cool thing for this year is that we have a firebox glow seen in the engine cabs, which is very welcomed addition and adds some fun playability realism. Okay, now Percy has this plastic coal bunker that hangs over the back of his cab. This was at first very strange looking to me, but after taking a closer look at his original TV series model, this is actually pretty close to his resemblance. Now here's a strange one. Take a look at the engine bogies on Percy. They have an interesting curve on it, which is totally again different from the Thomas I reviewed earlier. So when comparing these two 2022 items, I'm noticing quite a bit of differences. Now let's talk about the paint. Overall, Percy's livery color looks amazing and vibrant, and you can actually feel the ridges on the item as you move your hand over the paint as seen here. Although I did notice that however they paint or scan these details on, they still haven't perfected it yet. I've seen some issues with corner paint, and I have however ran across a few of these 2022 items thus far that seem to have a small issue with placement, such as buffers being off-centered or totally out of focus right out of the box. I'm wondering if this is a quality control issue. I guess time will tell, and honestly, these are truly small gripes, as I am so overwhelmingly pleased with what we have gotten from Mattel with the new line of the TWR so far. What a huge improvement. So with that said, I think the 2022 Percy is an excellent model to add to your collection. I highly recommend picking him up. I paid $16.99 US for him on Amazon. So thanks for watching.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more Thomas reviews on the way.